everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I'm coming to you. I don't even know what this card is called. I'm just calling it a fun fold, but it pops out and it sits up like this. And I know you can't get the full effect, but that's what it looks like. And then on the back is where you would write your little greeting in that little spot there in the middle, and then it just kind of sits up. And I thought this was a cute little fun fold and very, very easy to make. I mean, it's not hard at all. And I wanted to bring it to you guys and show you how I made it. Now, in this sample here, I used the whales. It's called Whale Watching. I got it right here. I believe this is no, it's in the catalog. It's called Whale Watching, and it's in the catalog. Yeah, I love this little set. I don't get to play with it as much as I wanted to, so I was very excited when I brought this out here. I want to tell you, when I was making this, I made this last night. When I was making this card last night, I was undecided if I liked the whales just stamped on the DSP paper. And I didn't know. I'm like, oh, should I color them? And so I was trying to come up with all these different ways. I was using StazOn ink. I was using this marker pen I had, and I wanted the belly white. And I literally got out white paint and started painting these. Well, my daughter and her friend came home from the movies, and they stopped in while I was working here, and I'm like, what do you guys think? Am I overthinking this card? Does it need to be painted white, or does it just need to be like it is? And they're like, they loved it just stamped. So I went with their gut and with their, you know, what they said. And after I got it all put together, I absolutely loved it. So I'm glad that I did that. So I'm going to show you how to make this card. Now, I did a lot of the work ahead of time, one, for time of the video, but two, my main focus was to show you how to create the fun fold. And so that's going to be for there. But the bundle I'm going to be using is the Otterly Amazing bundle that you can get online. It's an online exclusive, and you can go on there and get it. It comes with dies, and yeah, so we're going to be using this, and I'm going to be using the paper. This paper I have used for so many other cards. Like, I used this paper when I did a dino card. I use the water paper a lot for some other cards. And I'm just having so much fun with just the paper. So there's a lot of things you can do with this paper. Even though there's otters on one side, there's different stuff on the back side that you can use this paper for other types of cards. So I just wanted to explain that. Alright, I gotta find my little cheat sheet here. Alright, I got my cheat sheet so I can give you guys the directions. So first of all, you need a base card that is 5.5 by 8. So it's 5.5 by 8. We're going to get our trimmer out. Now, I've already cut this. Oops, I better move my card over here. Might be off the video right now, but okay. So it's 5.5 by 8. On the 8-inch side, we have to score. We're going to score at 2. I'm telling you guys, it's so easy. Score at 2, 4, and 6. Okay? So you got it scored at 2, 4, and 6. Now you're going to rotate the card. So now you're on the 5.5-inch side. And you are going to line up the edge of this at 4 1/4. So, or at 4 1/4, at 1 1/4. Sorry, 1 1/4. So I'm going to use the side over here. And we are going to put this down. Well, not quite yet. We're going to cut between score mark 2 and 6. So what I like to do is, right here is 6 on the side of your grid. On the sides of this little cutter, there are little arrows, and that is telling you where the cut blade is. So if you take this and line it right up on the 6 over here, there's a little grid thing, and if you line it there, you're going to come all the way down to the 2. So you're just going to cut right down to these lines, line up with the 2 right there. Then you're going to stop. Then you're going to flip it right around. We're going to put this over here. You're going to do the same thing. This you stopped it to, so if you left it there, then you're just going to push it down, and now you're going to score up to 6, or cut up to 6. And you're going to stop right there at 6. So there you have your cut marks. That was so easy. Now what we're going to do is we got to do some more scoring. So we got to put, now you're going to turn it back on your 8.5 inch side, and you're going to put it on 3. Very easy to remember. And then we got to score in between these cut lines. So we're not going to score, you have this here, like this. We're going to score from here to here. We're not going to score on this part or this part. We're just going to do it in between here. So we're going to put this back on 3. And this comes to 4 1/4 is where it starts. So take your score and put that on 4 1/4, the little lines, that the score part has the lines too. And it stops at 1 1/4 because that's how far over we went. So then we're just going to score down to the 1 1/4. We're just going in between there. So we got that line. It probably is not showing up for you. Then you're going to scoot over to 5, and you're going to do the same thing. Put it on 4 1/4, and then scoot down to the 1 1/4. And that's all you're going to do. And so now, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's score marks right there. Okay, so that's it for this little mechanism. I'll show you how to fold it, but it's best to decorate it first. So I've got all these pieces here, and I'm going to tell you about all these pieces. So we have, let me get my other cheat sheet. We have, for cardstock, first we're going to start with the cardstock. We have 2 of these that are at 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then we have 2 DSPs that are 1 5/8 by 5, or by 5/8. So 1 5/8 by 5/8, and you need 2 of these. I will try to remember to write the directions, or as I'm editing, I'll make sure I put the numbers up on, or dimensionals on the screen, or I'll write them into the description box below. So either place you could check that out. And while I am here, if you like, comment, subscribe to my video, it helps me a lot. Share it with your friends, or just share it out there. That helps me a lot too. I get a lot of support and the more rhythm on my page. So now I've just used the regular DSP, and so I got these 2 pieces. Now we need cardstock. These are 1 3/4 by 1 inch, and you need 4 of them. Okay, and then we needed, these are 1 5/8 by 7/8, and you need 4 of them. Okay. And you could decorate these up if you want. In the other one, I used, I stamped on them, but I'm not going to stamp on them on this one. Can't pick them up on this rubber mat. And I'm using Pool Party And then the next cardstock we need is, you need two that are 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. And one of these is for the backing and one is for the front, and I'm going to be doing some stamping, so I'm not going to attach them yet. And you need two pieces of white that are 1 5/8 by 2 5/8. And we're going to do some, I could put one together because we're going to do some stamping on the front one. If you wanted to do some stamping on your back one, I would do that now. But I'll probably just write on my card, and so I don't need to worry about stamping it. Okay, and so now let's put this little guy together. Piece here, and I am just going to stamp "You're Utterly Amazing." I thought that was cute. Again, I thought this would be another cute little thank you cards. I got to get some out. I got a few cards to mail, and I thought, well, this will be great. And then I'm just going to take the basic Memento black ink, and I'm just going to stamp it up. And I'm going to put it as far as I can to the top, because I went ahead and in this stamp set, I already pre-stamped and punched out the otters that were right here. And I colored them. And I'll let you know the blend colors that I used. I used SU 100, SU 200, which now in the catalog, I believe they're the blends. They call them medium, dark. They're like in a skin tone type area. And then I used the ivory and old olive, light and dark. And my plan is I'm going to attach this down here, but I'm not going to do that until after I fold the card to see if I might have to trim anything, because you do have to be kind of careful with what sticks out on the card, and I'll explain that. So I'm going to put this on here, and I am going to add this piece right in the middle. Right in the middle, right over top of that score line. Right there. Then we're going to flip it over to the back side, and we're going to add our other one right here on the back. Just like that. So now we're going to do some scoring. And you're going to take this side and you're going to score it like this. And then we take this side and we're going to score it. And then these naturally want to come up. It just wants to do its thing. So I just let it, I just basically, you saw me just pick up on those pieces. So all you have to do is after you fold them, if you just kind of pick these pieces up and decide what way you want to tip them, then you're fine. And now here is where I'm going to put my otter, and it's not going to affect anything. It's not going off, so I'm not going to have to trim anything. And I'm not going to put it on dimensionals or nothing. And I'm just going to put some adhesive in the middle. Am I on the camera? Yeah. I'm just going to put adhesive in the middle of it because I don't want anything over here, because then it will stick to my card. And I don't want that. And so then I'm just going to push it down. And that is it. You could so add gems, you could do whatever. You could decide if you want, when you mail it, if you want one of these this way, that way, you want them both on that side. That is entirely up to you. But this is the two cards. Very, very simple. Very, very easy. It's not a hard card to make. You can dress this up a lot more than I did, add flowers and ribbon and, you know, do lots of things to it. But it's a great way to use up a lot of pattern paper, because you can just use pattern paper for this and just focus on the center. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this fun fold, and thanks for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Bye-bye.